Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Please excuse my bonnet. I went to Louisiana this weekend and I just washed my hair. So today's video is going to be about my first Black Friday / Cyber Monday as an entrepreneur. We're going to talk about the do's, the don'ts, and the understandings. I hope you guys enjoy. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and even cut on your notifications to know whenever I post a new video. So let's get right into it. So the do's, these not only go into Black Fridays and Cyber Mondays, they go into stop fighting. They go into being an entrepreneur anyway. So the first do, be patient, patient, patient. It takes a lot of patience to be an entrepreneur. It takes a lot of patience to try to put a big sale together. And you really want to have patience, because if you don't have patience, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Next, you want to be confident. If you are not confident in your product, what makes you think that somebody else, not even product, your product or service, if you're not confident in your product or service, what makes you think that somebody's going to take their time and their money to invest in you? So first and foremost, you must have confidence. If you don't have confidence, then you might as well stop where you are and just reevaluate everything. Next, you got to stay motivation. Let me tell you what the Army taught me. False motivation is better than no motivation, because if you speak it into existence, it might happen. So even if you're not motivated, even if you just want to say F it, if you just want to give up, I will let you outside in a minute. Even if you just want to give up, if you're just going through so much you don't want to do, you have to dig deep down. You got to find that motivation, because if you don't have that motivation, how are you going to find the drive to keep going? My motivation is because, eventually I'm coming up on 4 years in the Army. I want to get out. I don't want to have to work for Uncle Sam the rest of my life. I want to build something of my own. And right now I don't plan on having children, but if I do in the future decide to have children, I want my children or my child to be like, my mom built this for me. We don't have to worry, because I had to worry a lot. I didn't know how I was going to get my first car, get back and forth to work. I couldn't afford college. If I have a child or children, I want them to have options. Next is everything is a learning experience. Let me tell you about my first Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I did not make one sale, but I'm not mad. I'm not upset, because it's a learning experience. So when next year comes, I know what to do. I know how to better advertise. I know how to better promote myself. And that's all this is. Whether it be a success or a fail, everything you learn, you have to turn it into a learning. Stop biting her. Hey, excuse me. Sure. I have a puppy. You got to turn everything into a learning experience, because if it's not a learning experience, then what is it? So whether it be good, bad, it's a learning experience. Even my first vendor event, that was a huge learning experience for me. So when I go to my next event or a pop-up shop or whatever, I know what to do. Now let's move on to the don'ts. Do not ever get discouraged. And if you do get discouraged, do not let... How do I put this? It's okay to express yourself, but don't let your customers see it. Don't let your clients see it. Don't let them know that you're discouraged, because if you get discouraged in your product or your service and you start to lack confidence, they're going to feed off of that energy. And then they're going to be like, well, if you don't believe, why do I want to believe? So no matter what, even with me not making a sale, I was still pushing my sales. I extended my sale. I just didn't get discouraged. I kept moving forward. I kept my motivation, because again, if I don't have it, and if they see I don't have it, why would they invest in me? I know I wouldn't want to invest in somebody who doesn't have the courage or the confidence, or who just, you know what I mean. Next is don't get mad. Like I said, I didn't make one sale for Black Friday, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, everything's a learning experience. It's okay to be upset, but you cannot get mad. You have to keep pushing forward. And this also goes into do not be jealous if you have friends that they have businesses and their businesses are pushing forward and they're making sales and they're reaching their goals for the year. It doesn't do you any good to wish bad upon them. So don't get mad. It's okay to be upset, but keep the positivity going, because your time will come. But it's only going to come if you put in that hard work and if you want it to come. And again, don't get disappointed. Everything is learning experience, and you have to keep pushing forward. You got to keep the motivation. I don't know how many times I'm going to say keep the motivation. Let's actually count how many times I say motivation in this video. You got to keep the motivation. Do not get disappointed. I'm not disappointed. Again, I'm not disappointed. I'm not upset. I'm not going to say I'm happy I didn't make a sale, but it let me know that I need to further push myself. If I really want my business to take off and if I really want people to take me seriously, I need to know how to push it and how to push it productively and in a positive manner. Next is never give up. Again, you can't, if this is something that you really want, you won't give up. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a breather, but you cannot give up if you really want this. But if you don't want this, take a step back and figure out what you really want. Being an entrepreneur, it's not for sensitive people. It's not for everybody. If you don't have thick skin or a tough heart, if you're not ready for things not to go your way and for plans to fall through, look, it's not for everybody. And I learned from a couple years ago, it was meant for me. If I'm not an entrepreneur, I need to be a boss, because I am not a very good follower. I like my ways. I'm very set, and that's how it is. Another one is don't be so stubborn. My main problem as a business owner is I'm extremely stubborn. I am so set in my ways that I feel as though I can do everything by myself. So I want to advertise myself. I want to promote by myself. I want to do my website by myself. I want to do everything by me, because I want to say nobody can say with them I couldn't get it done. And that is not the right way to do it. There are so many people out there. There are so many other small businesses you could support that can help you to get what needs to get done. Which also brings back into a do that I forgot. You need to invest in yourself. So, for instance, I'm very skeptical about certain things like a website. I do want a new website. But when I first started my business last year, I went from a costume jewelry business to a clothing business to lipstick, and now I'm on custom pieces and resins. And I'm going to stick with the custom pieces and resins because that's my passion. But I wasted so much money in the beginning because when I started my business, I picked something that everybody did, and I didn't have a passion for it. I didn't have a passion for jewelry, and I didn't have a passion for clothing, and I didn't have a passion for makeup or cosmetics, but I have a passion for crafts and resins. So you must invest in yourself in the right way. There is a wrong way to invest in yourself, and there's a right way to invest in yourself. So my next step for my business is to eventually get a new website and to promote better. I now have brand ambassadors, and I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to step out of my comfort zone and let myself know. I can't stand y'all. And let myself know it is okay to ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for assistance. That is the point of small businesses. We are all here to help each other. We are all here to benefit each other, to learn from each other, to help each other grow. At least that's what it should be to be an entrepreneur. You should not be in this to try to step on somebody and knock them down. There is enough for everybody to eat, and there is definitely enough for everybody to go. Now let's move into the understandings. This is not an overnight process. If you were thinking that I'm going to start this company and when I wake up I'm going to have 20,000 orders, that's just, let's be realistic. Unless you got the money, you're freaking Kardashian. Does it bother anybody else that Kardashians got famous? It bothers me just a little bit. Or some shit like that. This is not an overnight process. Let's take a Super. I love her. I didn't even know she was doing cosmetics. I fell in love with her comedy videos that she was posting on Facebook. But in 2016, she was making 70K a year. Even half of that would be a blessing for me. In 2018, 70K a month is slow months, and she just hit, or not just hit, she hit $1 million in an hour and a half with 34,000, yeah, 34,000 orders for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Are you kidding me? Just look at her and all this beautiful black girl magic getting shit done. Okay, super. If that is not motivation to let you know that anybody can do it and anybody can keep rising to the top, you need to find some motivation, because she gives me so much life. And last but not least, unless I think of something else, this is not, it's not a sprint. It's not a marathon. Everybody, it is a marathon, my bad. Everybody's at their own pace. Everybody's going to finish differently. Everybody's going to start differently. You know, just because my business starts off slow and a friend of mine starts off fast doesn't mean in 3-4 years my business is taking off and their business is down in the dirt. Obviously, that's not what I want. But you cannot compare your success to somebody else's success, because I'm telling you right now, that's what killed me. I would get so discouraged and I would get so upset when I got on Facebook and I saw that my friends, they were making money moves, you know? They were securing the bag, and I was like, well, damn, why can't that be me? And then I realized it really does take hard work, dedication, and your passion. I have all that. I just need to know how to apply it in a better way. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Tune in Thursday for our next video. It's either going to be a DIY kit, or it's going to be on the lines of me doing craft. Thanks. Appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe.